All right, here we go. Unmuted. That was it. Hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It's Friday, August 14th, 2020. I'm Crypto Jack, and today I'll be covering for Justin Wise. He's not able to go live yet today, and he did want me to reassure the community he will be posting his pre-recorded market analysis to the channel later today. But in the meantime, I am joined by analysts Alex and Jason. How are you guys doing today?
Fantastic Friday, bud.
I'm well, thank you.
All right, glad to hear from you guys. Of course, overnight, probably one of the biggest movers, the raised eyebrows, is going to be Ethereum. You know, kind of decoupling from Bitcoin, something I believe we did discuss yesterday. I think Alex did tip us off to the big move in Ethereum. How do you think that played out?
Well, we can clearly see how it played out.
I was surprised at how violent the move was. You know, I was
and
expecting
how quick it was, yeah.
I was expecting a break at that level. I can't say that I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna
I
push it like
knew it.
in 2 minutes.
Come
I knew
on, just lie to him. You knew it.
all along. But yeah, this is I mean, sort of what I was expecting in maybe over a longer time frame. It's still got plenty of room to run here. I I I like 450 resistance, but you know, at the same time, things have been so bullish, maybe we just tear right through it like paper. Whereas I mean, beyond 450, I think we could maybe even 500 at this point. We got a lot of momentum here.
This guy
I,
is, yeah, go on.
I to the top of that order block, I can see 500 being an absolute possibility here. Because I
Yeah,
mean, look at that. There's not really any resistance besides the top of that block. We kind of cut through it, and we're still above it, closing above it.
yeah,
So one would think that we're gonna at least hit the top of that range.
yeah. I feel like we're attracted to this. You could see right here. Are you on my screen? Uh,
Yep.
yeah.
I'm
This
not.
is
Let me throw Alex onto the main
Oh,
screen here.
oh yeah. Sorry.
No worries. Let me get Alex's screen on here, and
in here.
let's center the man on the screen. Let me just see if the sound levels look okay. I'm gonna boost my mic a little
Yeah.
bit.
Let us know, guys, if our mics don't sound good or.
Yeah, let me just quickly boost myself here. I don't want to come in too low. I also don't want to come in too loud.
I want you
Looks
to come
like
in just
here
silky
we go.
smooth.
Here we go. I think this is a little better. Yeah, do let us know in the live chat, guys. Are we coming in nice and clear? And do our audio levels sound more or less even? We don't want one of us being too low or too high. I'm gonna quickly say hi to the everybody in the chat. Let's see who's with us here today. B-Flow, of course, as always. Blue Box Territory. Peckham 08 is in here. We got David Rice. We have all the regulars in here. Mr.
T-Dub,
Ether.
Mr. Ether, yep.
Mr. Ether's in here. Shoutouts to T-Dub. Okay, looks like Mr. Ether says he wouldn't quite call this the decoupling yet. Yeah, it might not be, but I mean, it's a
I
nice
wouldn't
little
either. I
surge.
mean, because you have to look at Bitcoin as well, because Bitcoin seems to be pretty bullish here as well, and might just be a laggard. We've seen this in the past, though. Ethereum tends to lead the charge.
Indeed. So,
Well, during an alt season.
all right.
Well, yeah, but here we are, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna pass the mic to Alex. Yo, Alex, could you kill that downloads bar on the bottom of your browser window there? Thank you.
Come on.
Much
Uh,
thanks.
I can do that.
Much thanks. All right.
Get all that extra space.
Yeah, man, take it away.
So
The
much more room for activities.
chart screen is yours.
Okay. So, you know, fine, let's start with Bitcoin.
The king.
Yeah, let's kick it off with BTC. Are you still with us?
Did we lose you, Alex?
Did we lose him?
I don't know.
Can you hear
Oh,
me?
yeah, you're back
Yep,
now.
now we
I
can hear
think
it.
you had a little blip there
Okay,
with
yeah,
your.
I'm just kind of waiting on TradingView to do its thing here.
Okay.
All right, cool.
I think Alex's connection having a little
There
hiccup.
we go.
There we go.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess it did. So, you know, Bitcoin is just still kind of hanging around below 12K. We're launching another assault on here, and it looks like it will most likely be successful. I mean, things have been so bullish. We're putting in a higher low here.
It's a
But
good topping above zero on time transformation for a continuation, and also also Minx is calling for a continuation if it closes at this level today as well. So
we'll
that's what
both
I.
we'll
What's
need
that?
a daily close. Like I agree with you. We'll need a daily close at this level.
Yep.
But we're getting confirmations on our early leading indicators.
Hmm.
Minx, time transformation are the very sensitive indicators. So yeah, we're just at this point you'd want to take this on a break of resistance. Where are we? If Bitcoin breaks out, where are we looking for? Well, I don't have anything drawn up there because hadn't prepared this far ahead so quickly. Let's go back in time. Why don't we? Not that far back in time.
Yeah,
Uh,
top of that order block there is where I would think, but we could just blow right past that, man.
This is good resistance here into the order block. You can see this is our high right here. What I would like to see is resistance here, but break this resistance and then consolidation in this range. And then if we break this at all, this is not resistance at all up here. This is like basically this was a fake out over the real resistance.
Yeah, you have to assume it's gonna blow through that because
We'll
like
have a lot of momentum by the time we get up to this point. We'll be like, and then 20K will be nothing.
that's when like the real hard part of trading this is gonna be just because it's probably gonna become so volatile and people start foaming into this market if it hits a new all-time high.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Ethereum has led the breakout against Bitcoin in the last few major moves we've seen, so it seems like if this foreshadows anything, like the last few big moves to the upside have, Bitcoin could very well be the next to pump.
And like it's just one of those things where I never want to be like a moon boy or anything like that. But
It
I
really.
mean, go ahead.
Sorry. All right. Yeah. I just looking at it on the weekly, if we close a weekly like this, if we don't break 12K this week, that'll be a bearish sign
That'll
because
be a sell signal for me. Yeah.
we're getting decreasing weekly momentum. You see big bar, medium bar, small bar, most likely another small bar, reversal, and then a retest of this resistance. Probably now support. And then that's the bearish case for Bitcoin because obviously we're talking about what if we just break through 12K, but what if we don't here? And like I said, so we still have a couple days this weekend, and we are really creeping up here. So we can break this in the next 2 days. If we close this week below 12K, I think that's the bearish signal here for Bitcoin. So that's what we want to keep our eyes on here from going forward. I think that's really all we have to say about Bitcoin right now. You got any more thoughts, Jason?
No, I completely agree with that. Watch for this Sunday's close on the weekly because if we close anywhere like this on a, a positive doji like that, I think that we're gonna have continuation to the upside.
Okay.
But if we don't crack that 12K level before that, I do believe that would be an early exit signal.
Mm-hmm.
Wait for pullback, then assess.
So this area is where we have been kind of targeting since down here. So this is lovely.
We made it.
Yep, we're making it. This lovely price consolidation area. As you heard me discussing at the beginning of the show, I think 450 is like my target area, but it's not my target because we still have the top of this consolidation range, so right around 500, 510-ish area.
I really like the
That's
500 range.
yeah. So as you can see, we've got a little point of control right there, little nub at 475, top over here at 500. So I think that's where we should aim here. And see, we got a lot of room to move here on time transformation still. So we could go up and do some sideways, and then another up, and then a fake down. Who knows exactly how this is going to look, but this area is where we might be looking to take profits and let Ethereum rest and maybe reaccumulate a little bit before a continuation onwards. That's all I can say is you should probably have entered yesterday when we told you, and now it's in the middle of the movement, and you probably don't want to enter here.
Yeah, that's just too
Yeah.
much of a movement for you to want to. I mean, yes, it could continue up, but this is one of those things where you have to just decide it's not your trade, and then just move on to something else. Then in a couple weeks, you'll probably get the pullback you're looking for. Just remember that you're always going to have more time. Like if you're not in it by now, you've missed it, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I think so. BCH still languishing at the bottom of its trading range,
That's an
accumulating.
interesting spot, though.
No, this is a great place to pick up BCH. I hate
Mhm.
saying this. Pick up BCH long term.
Yeah, right. Pick up
A-
ECH.
As you can see, they're just like dumping into this support, and it's holding. So this is most likely a very strong accumulation area. But I mean, we want to take strong coins right now. We don't want to buy into weakness. Because we remember we opened a position for the group over here on the weekly, and we're just still sitting there. So yeah, Ethereum, Bitcoin. We are starting to reach our secondary take profit area, which is right up here, right around 40,000. I really like that. So I actually I have not touched that margin long we took on the group. We entered over here. We're still sitting in here,
Beautiful.
and I'll
No
probably
trailing
take.
stop then.
No trailing stop. I set it at break even. There's no need. I
Yeah.
know what
Got you.
direction. Yeah,
Just
I
getting the
know what
breakout.
direction. Yeah, Ethereum is going in. So I just want to give it room to breathe. And then if there'd be have to something would have crazy would have to happen for it to come back down here to my stop loss.
Yeah, that's what some of the positions I have on XRP and EOS that are up like crazy on my margin account that are just long-term holds. Like they would have to do some crazy things to stop me out at this point.
This is a good strong entry into Litecoin right here. I think we entered
Mhm.
back over here, so this one might actually be slightly in profit. But if you wanted to enter now on Litecoin, this is old TA. We can just kind of get rid of that. Don't mean nothing no more.
Oh, sure it does. Look, that arrow up. That means it's going up, right?
Yeah, it's going up, guys. Look at the arrow. That's my
That's all
TA.
TA is.
All right, so yeah, what I love about it is we've got all these retests of the bottoms down here, and then a final retest of this this really point of control.
That's 5 taps.
Yeah,
Like
and then
that's quite a
nice
bit.
retest of point of control. I like this daily divergence here.
Pick up
Below.
Litecoin BTC, guys.
This is a good spot.
That
So,
is a good
this is
spot.
a great spot for EOS right here. It looks like we're finally getting
Woo!
a bounce off this accumulation area down here. Yeah, this
I don't
was
want
the
that
best
again.
area to buy EOS, which is of course why I have it highlighted down here.
The
But
best.
it looks like we've finally broken above that, and so you might no longer have much opportunity cost if you get in here. But then of course your stop is going to have to be down here. At this point, if accumulated here, you might want to wait for a break of this support, or rather resistance. XRP bounce off the bottom, still kind of strong. Especially it looks strong on Huobi here. ADA accumulating in this box that we've been looking at here. This is the area that you want to be picking up ADA for like a more long-term continuation. But I think there are better coins that have just been. Yeah, I would just wait until ADA looks like it's ready to move, because there are lots of other coins right now that are ready to move,
It
and they're
does
still
seem to
getting.
be in a downward trend at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, and really, this gives us a place. If we're super bullish on ADA, this gives us a place to accumulate. But mostly, I think you should wait until it like breaks up out of this box. Like, oh, okay, ADA's ready to go.
Hmm.
And TRX, ooh, man,
Yeah, TRX already put in quite a movement yesterday, and I was thinking about picking it up, which I should have, but it just was a little overextended. But we kind of talked about this before that we're starting to see some good pumps out of these things
yeah,
like TRX and
yeah. I talked about it yesterday. How it looked really good. I did not expect a strong continuation.
I didn't
I would
expect that
say,
strong.
most likely your signals are going to be starting to fire here. We're getting a 3-day signal right here. Take the 3-day signal, which is also a break of this trading range, and you can take it up to 260 area, the 379 area, this area right here. Sorry guys, I've got too much shit on this chart. Let me clean this up. Boom. We don't need any of that anymore.
RBN looks very similar.
Yeah. So nice resistance, support. This is the trading range, and then you might even say we haven't quite broken the trading range yet. But yeah, I would take this strong 3-day signal tomorrow. I guess you would have to do it. I would hope maybe you can get a retest of this area on the daily. That would be nice. Yeah, it's just it looks like Tron is gonna be a runner, and I guess Tron is the ultimate shitcoin. We shouldn't really be surprised. It is shitcoin season.
TRX is what got me into trading, to be honest with you. I
Oh.
read about what they were trying to do at the very beginning. And I'm like, this is a great idea.
Yeah. Let's go over to derivative products and then just see Bitcoin dominance continuing to fall. Yeah, man, this is gone. So this is a low volume node. I would expect this to continue down to around 58%. So
I really do love seeing that go down while Bitcoin's price goes up, though. That means
yeah,
there's a lot of money flooding into these markets.
this 3-day here on Bitcoin is strong. That leads me to believe the bullish case on Bitcoin is going to procure. We're going to continue upwards
With
and not
that,
get that pullback.
could you do a measurement of from the bottom of that range to basically the bottom of this little
You mean this
ascending triangle that we got? Yeah, right there. What's that measured move? And then take that up from there. I just want to see where that would put us, like 15 maybe? Not there. From that breakout, the last breakout.
What from here to here?
Yeah, from there to the top of that candle. Not there. Yeah, right where you have those two lines crossing. Measure from there up to the top of that candle.
Sorry. There. So from here up to here, right?
No, a little bit higher to the top of that candle that broke out.
Oh, here?
Yeah, and then measure that up from where we are now.
Okay.
What would that put us at? Like 15?
That'll put us at just below 14,
Just below
13.
14? 13.5? I like that.
So right there. So
Test the top of that resistance. I
wait,
like
is
that.
this like a bull flag play?
Well, that's the way it appears to me on looking at that chart, but that's just the way I would do it, just to look at it subjectively.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that's yeah. Okay. So as you can see, Bitcoin is lagging here. DeFi continuing just continuing to
Just
rage.
on a tear.
Privacy pulling back, but still looking bullish. Exchange
Pull,
coins starting to look more bullish.
pulling back my
Shitcoins
privacy.
just
Ooh,
taking off.
nailed those arrows, huh?
BitPerps, yeah, just taking off. And altcoins are starting to catch up here with
Mhm.
obviously I believe Ethereum is on the altcoin list
That
and then
that
the other
that
majors.
looks super similar to Ethereum's chart yesterday, right
Yes,
before the breakout.
yes, a very strong time transformation reset, and of course bounce off of zero.
Yep.
So right now, I guess what we should be looking at are shitcoins and DeFi coins. With just anything alt is just pumping right now, guys. You kind of can't. You can go wrong. Stay
Yeah, I
away
was
from
gonna
it.
say you might
But
avoid
it,
that.
it but if you're buying coins that already look strong, it's kind of hard to go wrong right now. Why don't I went through shitcoins yesterday. I went through them very very fast, too fast for some. But why don't we look at some DeFi coins and some mid caps today and just see what's what?
Let's do it.
I'm down
All
for
right,
that.
so this is a newer DeFi coin. This one looks like it's still kind of accumulating and stuff right now. Like I'm not ready for this one. Meta. We had a nice movement up here. This is a good 60% move, and it seems like it's just kind of settling back. Numeraire is up like something like
Just a
300%
ton.
for the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we talked about this. Just screw you, candle here. BNT looks like we're getting a small pullback right here. Probably a retest of this area and then a continuation. I'm imagining something. This is a nice strong consolidation area the price seemed to like. So I'd
Mhm.
imagine we're gonna bounce in here and then because BNT has been so strong, we'll likely see a continuation. Because we've already had a retest of this support. Now
Don't you have
resistance.
some bearish divergence there on time transformation though?
Mm, Only if this actually
If that crosses
confirms.
over, yeah. If that
Yeah.
you have one more candle to cross there.
But yeah, otherwise, then this will probably break down, and then we would break down to this area that we do want to see retested. We would love to see
Yes.
this area retested right here,
So
but it just
watch
never
out
did.
for that. Yep.
Yeah. Ren, as I said, it's been super strong right here. Let's get off the 3-day. Let's get back on the daily. Looks like we just got to pull back right here. We're gonna likely see continuation. We got a lot of volume trading at this area right here. This is yeah, Ren is completely in price discovery mode. So I would just keep being long until we get like a strong 3-day or weekly sell signal on time transformation. And then maybe like this was a good area to sell. And then you could have bought back in all the way down here, which we were looking to buy back in down here. That's why we have this accumulation area. We're getting another strong cross up above 0 here on the weekly on Ren. So we're likely going to see a strong continuation. Bal, so much. This doubled last week. So so I would say probably a little bit more pullback on here.
Give that
Maybe
some time.
maybe a pullback to. It's kind of hard to tell with this volume. It's just too new. I would love to see a pullback and then a pullback maybe down to here. Probably we won't retest this. And then continuation, obviously, because it's DeFi season. ZRX, and maybe it's finally time on ZRX.
Yeah,
ZRX is one of the early runners. Yeah, this is strong. I would want to enter here. Obviously because the market is the way it is right now. But
I had ZRX on my list 2 days ago, but I did not take it.
That's nothing super obvious here,
Yeah,
Trendy.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a pitchfork would make more sense. Let's throw on a pitchfork onto this sucker. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I like this one. See, it likes the median line already. Let's tell you what. Let's get rid of all this old ZRX stuff. This is our new ZRX pitchfork, guys. This is our ticket to the star.
Ticket to the stars.
Yeah, I like it. We got to bounce off. We got to retest the median right here. We got to bounce off this line on the weekly. Let's go down to the daily, see how it looks. Yeah, more or less. I think this is going to work for our purposes. Let's tell you what. Let's fix it just a little bit more. Yep. All right, guys. We got a ZRX pitchfork for the bull market. Yeah, obviously we'll edit it as necessary, but I think this is good. I like this. So this is kind of like our this is like the way I perceive of pitchforks is like this is the trend line. Like if you got rid of all volatility, all human behavior, this is like the ultimate trend line. Like prices moving up at a slope of, say this is 100 sats per 3 months, and this is just like a steady line. And then price has volatility around this median trend line, and it will be down here, and then it will be here as a wave, and down here, and it has volatility, of course, within that wave. Well, anyway, I perceive of it as you'd like, but it works. Price is attracted to this median trend line, and these Fibonacci dynamic support and resistance levels, they work to
Well,
enough of an extent that they can be helpful.
How about we find the next order block that we think looks good and mark that through it and see at what point it runs to the midline, and maybe that could give us a time frame.
Okay.
Because I mean, these things do tend to do that. You know what I mean?
Yes. So this area right here seems to be the edge of the trading range. This area right here has some strong volume in it. So we would want to I think we would expect to see price. We jump up in this area, and let's say I don't know. It's hard to talk because price could be like shoot up and then come down and retest or whatever. But fine. Let's just for the fun of it. Let's do this. And where's my drawing tools? I can never find them. Spec price kind of in this
Mhm.
area right here. It's kind of the center of this and the center of that. Just nice confluence. Wouldn't be too hard. Just 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, and then
Yep.
by mid-September, we're up 50, 60%.
September.
Anyway, onwards, guys. We got so many things to cover. More DeFi coins.
Let me just quickly review a couple of messages from the live chat. So,
Let's do it.
Cheap Vlog says it's time to short Link 100x. Ooh, this man loves to live dangerously.
Let me know how that goes, bud.
Yeah,
I see a distinguished man.
I'm
Oh,
gonna short an all-time high.
indeed.
Here we go.
Let me just see if there's any requests from the shitcoins or potentially any
there is a
comments
sell
on
signal up here.
something that people have commented on here. Not quite yet. I do see a lot of Link comments. David
A lot of
Rice
people talking about Link.
David Rice did ask for Zill, so we will look at Zill, guys. And can we see a pie chart and coin market share? Let's see here. Predictions that everything is going to dump soon. We got Perma Bears in the audience. Darren Garish is asking for XPR. Or are you asking for XRP, buddy? I'm not sure if XPR is the thing. Maybe it means XRP. Link can't go higher. Link 10x since March. We also
Put that on a shirt. I bet it'll sell. Link can't go higher.
All right, guys. We're definitely. I see Killa Craig. He's got a few requests. The Blue Box has got a request. We will definitely get to those guys. Back to Alex.
I would not short here, but man, it is tempting. You got a nice, you got a first red candle here in a few days. I don't know. I would look for like a weekly sell candle, guys, before I start to sell. Until I get a weekly sell candle, not interested. You just yeah. Picking up pennies in front of a steamroller. KNC. You know what? I think this might be time to pick this back up. I think on the KNC Binance chart, this was our accumulation area, and we've broken above that. But considering we're in price discovery, once we're above here, it's not a bad idea to enter this still, considering the market that we're in right now. LRC, oh my goodness, this is just crazy. They need to put me in jail for being a precog, guys. This is it. They're
For
gonna
being a
get me with the
precog.
Minority Report. Yeah, they're gonna get me with the Minority Report. This is it. SEC is gonna come and get me for insider trading of the future. So as you can see, we touched the accumulation area and took off right here. If you are a breakout trader, now's the time to enter. Like we're getting a break. Yep, we're getting a break of this resistance right here. Time transformation is all a go. I bet you any indicator that I pull out right now is going to be like thumbs up, like Borat, like hey, it's okay. So yeah, I think you're still good to go on LRC. I think last time we looked at this, we looked at it on the weekly last week, and it was beautiful then. It's beautiful now. I would continue to take LRC. If you're still buying it, you continue to buy it hand over fist until we are probably in this area, and then maybe I'd be looking to take profits like up in here. But that really depends on what it does. Maybe it's just like right up through here into like this strong consolidation up here. You know, I just don't know how bullish the market's going to be, but I do know the market is bullish.
Thought you were a precog.
I cannot see all things, just some things.
Just crime.
Synthetics here, looking strong. We got a nice break of the all-time high, retest, and likely continuation right here. Time transformation, not quite sure if it wants us to stay in. It's ready to pull us out if we come down anymore right here, but we're still in right here. And I think we can get some. Let's see if we can get any better SNX here. Is there someone's got to have more price data? Come on. Yeah, this is more price data. Yeah, guys, this is still strong. You can still take this here. It's not stupid. I don't feel like this is one of those places like, oh, you bought the top and now it's just gonna like crash down here. More likely this, less likely this, guys. Yeah. So this is strong right here. It's a nice retest of resistance and bounce right here. So Comp right here. Nice bounce off of these lows. So I would expect probably a retest of this area, maybe here.
Glad I
And
picked up comp when I did.
I'm not seeing a lot of selling volume. This is nearly 100x. This is 100x right here on the wick.
Yeah,
So,
I hit
excuse me,
50,
100x. It's
I
100%.
hit
It's 2x.
I hit 50% since my Money Monday on comp, which you cannot complain.
Yeah, that's hard to complain about. Lend just continuing its devastation of the rest of the market.
Could be a double top there.
Not in this market right now. This looks like,
We don't know, man.
pump, pump, pump.
It definitely looks bullish.
Absorption. Yeah, it definitely does. I guess I cannot tell you here. Like right here, you would be buying resistance and time transformations turned down. I would not buy this spot. But if we break above here, man, if we're above 4,000, just get into lend, guys. Just get into lend, because by then the time transformation will be turned. It will be in price discovery mode. Most likely, we will double very quickly from here with just the way lend has been. But yeah, I guess that remains to be seen, guys. Don't enter today. And like I said, I know it looks bullish, but enter at a higher price, not this lower price. Maker is interesting here because I don't know. It's a governance token that has not seen a lot of pumps over the years. Someone else described it to me as purely a hype token. It only pumps on hype because there's like no. What the hell?
Getting an Amber Alert, are you?
Holy
Yeah.
crap.
They caught you. They caught the precog.
Warning: you've been covered. Please stay put.
Break down your door.
Yeah.
You're making too much money, bud.
Okay. All right. So I guess that's enough for the DeFi. Oh yeah, I didn't really get to my point on Maker. So it's a governance coin that's basically like a hype coin. It only ever pumps on Ethereum related hype. So I don't know. There's been a lot of Ethereum related hype this year. And whenever someone expresses doubts to me, like, oh, something will never pump, like, oh, really? Huh. But I guess it's the contrarian in me.
Maker's been around for a while, and it seems to have been, overshadowed with some recent plays. Like, remember when Compound went bonanza a little while ago and overtook
Sure
Die for a little while? It's,
Mhm.
it seems like the flavor of the week will kind of overshadow it, but I don't think Die's going anywhere.
Die.
Hey, if you're still looking at have you gone through a few Uniswap coins yet? Because I got a few Uniswaps.
I've gone through 0 Uniswap unicorn.
Okay, whenever we get into the Uniswap exclusives,
Uniswap
let me know.
unicorn.
I got a couple of Uniswap bags I want you to look at.
Okay. Well, I just got done with DeFi. Why don't we'll hop into Uniswap. We'll look a little bit there, and then we'll hop over into mid-cap coins because I haven't really covered mid-cap recently. I've covered a lot of the shitcoin.
And we probably should, yeah.
Yeah, just for the sake of completeness. And I'll try and do it as rapid fire as I can, guys. But so let's head on over to shitcoins. All right.
I got a clarification on that one. It wasn't XRP. It was in fact XPR, which is Proton, which is kind of new to me. You guys familiar with XPR?
It looks like it's a Uniswap coin. Let's open it up.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think.
Maybe check for it on TradingView first. Someone asked for a Bitcoin pairing, so I think it must be on an exchange.
Oh, there's Proton. It's on BTC.
I used to have that was, I believe, the first exchange I ever had any money on.
Yeah, time to go back and buy some Proton.
I don't think so. That and Bittrex were the only two other ones that I used.
Yeah, I love Bittrex still to this day.
I haven't been on it, but
tell me about Proton. Should I be buying this?
This looks like a shakeout, and
it's tempting, of course, but
I like I said, like I've been saying to you guys, why buy bottom feeder coins? That sounds wrong because bottom feeder is one of our most successful strategy. Why buy coins that are like at the very bottom and they've been doing poorly all season when you can buy the coins that have been winners all season and that just keep winning?
Yeah.
And
I think it's a lottery thing that people do because they're like, well, this one's so much lower. I have to take this one. Like, I need that gain. I need a bigger gain. Like,
yeah, I think there's the bigger gain aspects. I think people also really want unassailable entries on their coins where they can like walk away and never have to worry again that it's ever going to come near their entry, which is, by the way, so rare. It's so rare.
yeah, why would you like? That's why like people who say like how I use like 50 or 100x leverage, like that's insane. That's like hoping for that same type of entry to where price is never going to come back near your entry again, which is so rare that it's like shooting for that is like 1 in a million, like going like 100x long on something. So like, why do that? Set yourself up for success by finding things that you know are reliable.
Yeah. I say no, don't buy Proton here. And look at this.
Jack.
This area to this area right here is only but this is a 2x right here. Like this actually not a very volatile coin compared to a lot of the other shitcoins. If you're gonna buy an ultra shitcoin, dude, buy an ultra shitcoin that is strong and is more volatile.
And I feel like they named it XPR just so it was close enough to XRP that people would mistake it.
Maybe, but who cares?
Well, we'll see if it just sells off.
Maybe it's true, but I mean, I don't have a problem with someone doing that.
Or what could it
It's good
be?
fundamentals.
Yams 2.0.
If I come out with
Yams.
a coin, it's gonna have to have a good ticker. That's for sure.
All right, feed me those Uniswap coins.
It's just gonna be like boobs.
All right, let's. I don't know if you guys were watching that latest Crypto Chico video on Uniswap tokens, but I did something stupid. I bought that SBRE. It's SBREE. That Chico shilled somewhat in the latest Uniswap. Yeah, just pull up that chart, take a look, because I'm quite underwater on this one. I didn't buy that much.
How often do we talk about that, man? We always talk about that.
Listen, I thought the Chico
Look
effect.
at this beautiful distribution area, guys.
The Chico effect pumped coins in the past. I gambled on the Chico effect, and I got Chico-owned. Okay, what do you want me to tell you?
No. You know what? I actually, if you were buying here, I would say I don't dislike this. We're seeing decreasing sell volume here. I think that's a bullish sign right here. If we were seeing like slowly increasing sell volume, that's a sign to me that people are panicking and price is going to continue to get worse from here. With the decreasing sell volume here that we see on the daily, that leads me to believe that like weak hands, they are getting shooken out here. And I can't tell you exactly. Maybe we'll even retest the bottom of this gap. I don't think so. I would hope not. This looks like another 50% drop for you.
There's just not enough data there for me to make that. Look at that gap. I mean,
let's put this on log. If you put it on log, it doesn't look that bad, guys. Like, oh, hey, it's hanging on pretty well.
Yay! Until it doesn't.
Yeah. So, I guess what I would like to see is a retest maybe of this area, and then a continuation. I do like the decreasing sell volume right here. I think it's got another pump in it. I think if you hang on, Jack, you'll be able to get out of here without taking too much damage. At the very least, I bet you'll be able to
at least at entry. Yeah.
So hold tight, bud.
Will do. Luckily, it was kind of really small risk. I was chasing the Chico effect, but it did kind of
chasing your dreams, were you?
Yeah. Could you pull up power for me? This one's actually pretty good. This one's legit, although its chart might kind of disappoint.
How do
POWR.
Yeah, just spell power. POWER. Should be a Uniswap listing.
Well,
No, this is an actual legit working product. So like, go figure.
Is it actually power?
Yeah, POWER. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not the.
Nope.
Okay,
full word.
It's not Power Ledger. It's not this. Is that this?
It's not Power L. Let me take a look. I think I have some of your screen cut off. What? Oh, there it is.
Let me
try
Univision.
Wasn't that it?
Looking at suits?
No.
Nice.
Somebody buy
Well, no, I was looking at this for. Remember, we have our 3P.
Yeah. Do we have to look so damn dapper?
I have to look so damn dapper. I don't know about you. Sorry, guys. Looking at Wi-Fi here. Yeah, I'm actually kind of still sitting in this. I was expecting a little bit more, but I mean, I entered over here, so I'm still in profit. I'm just kind of waiting around here on Wi-Fi. Sorry that's why I was looking at Wi-Fi recently. Let's see if we can get power here. Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Power ETH. There you go.
So check it
Where
out.
did you enter, buddy? Show
Oh,
me.
I've
Show
entered
me
at the
where
very
the bad
bottom.
man
No,
touched
no,
you.
I've been in power for a while. Honestly, this project looks super
Okay.
promising. It's like a low circulating supply of only 1 million max cap, and a working project, working DApp ecosystem. But of course, the working apps and the quality stuff doesn't seem to pump, and the scams pump the hardest, as Alex always says. So I finally, yesterday or the day before, we finally saw this huge wick to the upside, and it's kind of pulled back ever since. So
Sure did. I hope you took out initial somewhere up here during this. What is this, like a 50x?
nah, you know, I'm staking my
14x.
balance. I'm staking my balance, so I really didn't want to get out. But you know, I believe in this in the long term. But I just wanted to see where.
For the record, I do like the way it's holding support here off of that initial level. That wick down, getting bought back up. You'll have to wait a couple more days, but this could be ripe for continuation, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so too. Which is, I think I might add to my bag on this pullback here. So looks all right. Looks all right. And finally, if you don't mind, throw XFT onto there for me, because I'm trying to decide, should I add more to my bag? What should I do with XFT?
This is turning into a just give Jack advice show.
Yeah, just these three guys. Just
I had
these
to ask
three.
for advice. I mean,
I don't care. Keep
What?
it asking all you want.
Just
what's
these
the
three.
benefit of working for a trading education group if you can't ask for advice,
Yeah,
right?
if I can't get portfolio advice.
Yeah, the token's only been out for like less than a week and a half, let's say. So maybe take it down to the hourly or the 4 hour.
Yeah,
So Dak gets an entry over here, and he starts getting weak hands immediately right here. Jack is like, "Oh my God, Alex, I don't know. I'm ready to dump this thing. I should have dumped up here. Why didn't I dump up here, Alex?"
Oh, I'm an idiot.
Oh,
Yeah, and
jeez.
like he's like, "This 8x just isn't enough."
How long do you have to stake there?
You don't have
on
to
these-
stake. We're not
No,
staking
not
at
on
all.
this one. No, I
thought-
stake power. This one, no staking. This one, not
Oh,
yet.
okay.
There will be staking in the future, but
Stake or no
moment,
staking?
at the moment, right now, you can lock up your money in the liquidity pool, but no, this token still has a ways to go before there's a.
That's right. You know, ChartX, I haven't told you guys yet, but ChartX just added a new feature yesterday where you can click show trades and it'll show you the most recent
Yeah, this is loading
most recent
the
Uniswap
DEX
trades, so you can
rules.
see what
Yeah.
people have been doing. Okay, so man, we were down here all the way down here at like $1.15 and stuff like that. And then recently someone popped in about $3,000 worth of Ethereum to buy. So like lots
Yep.
selling before that.
It
Yeah.
looks like an okay bounce on the hourly there. I'm hoping that
Yeah.
this is where we wind up for the moonshot, guys.
Is there any kind of feature on that will allow you to get alerts?
No. ChartX is still really bare bones. I'm
Yeah, it's bare
I'm
bones.
friends with
That'd be neat.
shout out to D-Dub. I'm actually friends with the guy who makes ChartX on another server, and yeah, it's just a one-man operation who's building this in the background. So he's getting a lot of stuff done, and it's just slow going. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. Yeah, I think this is still strong, man. You know, we're just not seeing sellers really step in. We're not seeing a lot of buyers step in, but sellers aren't really stepping in either. It's like no one's selling, and
know
I
what?
think that's why it's holding up relatively well here. And
Sure.
you can see where we're getting reduced sell volume here.
You know, I think
I
we're
don't know.
seeing.
As you know, I'm in it too, and I feel very comfortable. I mean, like our entry is way back here, man.
Yeah, this is okay.
And for the people watching the show, I was telling you to buy here and here. So you if you ever entered because I told you to enter, then you're doing fine.
Yeah, I remember.
And I don't think we got to sell here.
I remember shilling this. Well, not quite shilling, but maybe approaching shilling in the chat. Like a week ago, when it was down there. People were like, "Oh, this thing's already moved up 4x. Why would I get into it?" Well, you know, it moved up another 1,000%.
But that's one of those
from there.
things.
So I get it.
And you know, everybody, we're like, no one is saying, like, obviously, do not put your entire account balance into one of these coins. Otherwise, you could get yammed. Let's go take a look at Yam.
Yeah, Yam.
But
it's
it could get yammed. Gear's a big one. I've been hearing people shill.
Yeah, Gear seems to have kind of taken.
Well, I don't know.
over.
Yam actually looks not that bad in this spot.
right now.
Maybe
Let's buy some yams.
Let's go buy some
Gap
yams.
fill. Gap fill, baby.
Yeah.
Look at that gap fill.
This is log. This is log. So up here we have 175. That's up here, and down here the next day we had 14 cents. So man, I wish I'd bought it at 14 cents. We'd be killing it right now, guys. What are we doing? Why didn't we buy Yam low?
Oh,
Let's got
because
Yam
the
2.0. Let's see
project
or
was
yeah, 2.0.
literally collapsing.
yam.
Oh, this has been out for a couple hours now. This is
Get you some yams.
apparently
Yam-
if you bought
Yam
Yam
2.0.
2.0 early, it did not go well for you. Everyone's like, I don't know. I'm gonna wait to see on this Yam. I just like saying Yam. I can say Yam all day long.
I just like saying yam. You must love Thanksgiving.
Well, I am what I am.
Oh, okay. I see what
Yeah.
you did there.
Yeah. All right. So
Move along.
this I'm in another Uniswap shitcoin. I'm in
Gear.
I'm in gear.
Yep.
Entered gear. Let's zoom out just a little bit. That's kind of hard to see. Hourly it is. Entered gear down here, so I'm in profit. I'm just kind of waiting to see. I wish I could have got entered somewhere down here, but this was during one of the days where people were paying like 1 Ethereum per
Yeah,
transaction
just to get in.
just to get into stuff. So I didn't have a chance. You know, I bought over here. It looked pretty good, and I was really hurting over here, but now I'm feeling a little better.
Yeah, these Uniswap tokens are all the rage right now. There's nothing like gambling on like coins with $1 million
Well,
market
you
cap.
have
It
to
really is
think.
all the rage.
It's like this is what attracts so many newbie traders and the FOMO. Like, this is literally like a get rich quick scheme that all these people are like, well, I just 14x my money in like one day. Why wouldn't I keep doing this? Like, I would just caution people, be careful with these things, because there's no such thing as like, if it's too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. Like, catching these things is very difficult
You
to do.
definitely gotta be shrewd, right? You gotta take your
Yes.
profits early, and undoubtedly we had an example of 3 major failures this week. We had the Nugs,
Absolutely.
we had the Nexium, and we got yammed, right? So
Yeah.
you know, in amidst the frenzy to get into DeFi, there was several failures, and there's probably been other ones that were not even as well known broadcast. So
Mhm.
yeah, I definitely want to proceed with caution, but you know, I know there's a lot of
It is exciting though.
but there's a lot of
Can't deny
Ethereum
that.
bag holders, right? Like you're just sitting around, you know, you got the Ethereum in your bag, and you don't really know, you know, what to do with it. Not really anything you can. And you figure, you know what? There's this DeFi casino, this Uniswap casino, is looking mighty lucrative right now.
Yeah, and then you turn your ETH into yam
Oh boy.
and get
You know,
destroyed.
I might actually, just as a complete
take a
contrarian thing, I might actually buy a tiny bit of yam.
Take yourself
right
some
here.
yam, boy.
Yeah, buy some yam at 69 cents, and then
Dude, put it right in the middle of that gap. I bet it gets filled.
Wait,
right up here,
did
maybe.
they announce some
Yep.
kind of migration? Because I'm pretty sure Yam itself is a completely failed project.
Yeah, might want to look into that
otherwise-
I
first.
honestly don't know. I was reading about it yesterday, and there was Yam is like Ample. It gets rebased
Yep,
every day,
exactly.
and it's supposed to be pushed towards the value of 1. And the reason Yam failed is they went to go do the very first update,
Yep.
and they like the day 1 rebasing, and they realized there was a terrible rebasing error that needs to be fixed. And so then they need enough governance token for people to vote so that Yam can be fixed, because obviously there's something going on with governance tokens here, because Yam is the governance token of the protocol. But then, because I guess not enough Yam had been minted yet, that they couldn't pull enough Yam together to actually fix the bug in the contract in time for the rebasing error. Anyway, it's
that to me
spectacularly.
that to me sounds like people pushing a project onto the market to get money rather than the project itself, because these seem like errors that should have been weeded out first. You know, like that's a pretty
well, I mean,
Definitely
like
not
day
enough
one.
quality, not enough
these
quality
are
control.
definitely cash grabs, but at the same time, I want to speak up for I guess for Yam. I don't know. I want to speak up for this anonymous man that scammed all these people out of money.
He did a good job.
Yeah, the smart contracts are hard. I mean, remember
Oh,
the
yeah, I
Parity
know.
smart contract where some douchebag came along and Parity hadn't protected their stuff, so he just like deleted the smart contract, and which locked away the money forever in the multi-sig contract. And like that is something that really should have been detected super early in the process.
Right?
That's some
That's what I'm
QA.
saying.
That's, like
It's
really,
like
no
day
one ever
one
tried to
stuff.
delete it. But I mean, the contracts are so new that like no one's ever tried it before. No one ever thought of that. Not
Yeah,
until
right.
today. No one ever thought of that.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So I guess I don't know. I probably I'm joking here.
No,
Don't buy
buy
in.
yourself about $3 a yam, then you can brag about it.
Mm,
It'll be $20 in 3 days.
yeah.
I do. Maybe what might be happening is I think they announced some kind of potential token migration that they were trying to salvage people's YAM tokens and move
Is
them
that what
over
YAM
to the
2.0 is?
yeah the YAM V2 project. So it's possible the reason that YAM is still being traded with above zero, I guess, is because maybe they're holding out
They
hope. Maybe they.
haven't
I
done
guess
that migration.
if you're still holding your yam from here that you bought here, I guess maybe you should average down. I mean maybe like throw in $5, average down your entire stack like 50%.
You got to wonder the kind of mentality people have. Like, what are you doing buying a token that you know has just
Well,
collapsed? Like, the
that's
project has failed, the
that's
protocol is messed. Why are you buying into it? But that's, I guess, hyper speculation at its finest.
that's why these things do so well. They realize that there's a huge piece of this market that doesn't do any research, doesn't do anything. They just flow into these hyped coins and then they can just rip them off. I mean, it's just a smaller version of the stock market to me. Like when they just wipe out the middle class of their 401ks because they don't understand what they're doing. Like that's why these things come up. It's like just easy prey, in my opinion.
Well, I'll tell you what. While we're here in Uniswap, let's look through the list here. I've got CoinGecko's Uniswap list open. See anything interesting? Curve just opened yesterday. This was a new debut.
And it's number 4.
It's number 4 in trading volume, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is not based on market cap, so this is not.
Oh, yeah. It is by volume. I see it there.
Yeah. So
So that makes sense for a newer coin.
yeah. So in the past day, this was the buying frenzy that happened, and then a fall off. So Curve is actually getting listed on a few different exchanges. Um, I actually don't know much about it. I know that there was some hype surrounding it. I can't even necessarily suggest it because I literally know that little about it. What does the chart even look like? Man, hope you weren't an initial buyer.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
one thing. Like, I've always been a little confused on ICOs because, man, that always seems to be the trend. Like, when people get in the pre-sale and stuff like that, and then they get listed to exchanges, you always see that dump off, and everyone always gets super excited, like, "Oh man, it's getting listed," and I'm like, "Well, sell it now and then buy it back a day later." Like, it always happens.
and this is crazy because this means that briefly Curve was worth as much as a whole Bitcoin. There was
Damn.
one brief moment
What's
where
the
it's 1-to-1 parity on Curve and
what's the
Bitcoin.
supply on that?
It's something ridiculously high, I bet. Let me see.
It's got to be
Um,
low, lower than 21 million, I would
where
expect.
is this? Where is this? Fully
Circulating supply,
max supply is 3 billion.
3 billion.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, keep in mind, remember how ETH transactions were yesterday and the day before? It's basically like people were firing off transactions at it and just like, I want my ETH to buy as many as it will let me at this time with this transaction fee. And then, that worked out for a lot of people. Remember when I was complaining about how people had gotten in relatively early on the gear launch? Well, people like gear debuted at this price and then bought it up to this price in the span of 5 minutes. I tried. I couldn't get in at all here. And like I said, I ended up buying like down here, something like that. But it worked out for these people. They had their bots
Yeah.
sending in transactions to Uniswap, just like, let me in, let me in. And
They were
and it's
paying they were paying the exact same amount that they were buying though in fees though. That's not
oh
an
yes,
that's not
absolutely.
a good trade. Like, do they really have like that much faith in what this project is?
Here, let's look at tacos. Tacos was one we were talking about the other day. Tacos is
It's gone.
Yeah, what did
No
it do?
tacos.
on already?
Nothing. It's gone. No
Pork.
chart.
Okay.
No trades. Tacos was a myth.
I couldn't
Porque
believe how
no los
popular
tacos.
tacos was for like a lottery token.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like another meme coin almost.
I guess it's just Let me
It's
check
gone.
here.
It's literally a meme coin. If you look at their white paper or their marketing material, they describe it as like a social experiment meme coin
Is it
explicitly.
tacos or taco?
It's taco.
Yeah,
No.
I would say the best way to manage risk is to treat the entirety of the coin like one trade. Like if you're the type
Yep.
of person that takes on 3% risk of your trade, put like 3% of your portfolio into the coin as a play. And if the coin doubles or triples, great. It's like a 2R or 3R trade for you. And then if the entire coin ends up being a scam, well, that was like you lost 1R.
Well, that's where like what I do risk, because we usually base it off of 1.5 ATR stop loss. But if you're gonna get into a coin like this, what
Your
I'd like to
risk is
do,
the coin is gonna go to 0.
yeah, that's what I put my
Yeah.
stop loss at 0, and then okay, I'll do 1% or 0.5% of my account, and then I'll use that, and then I'll just forget about it.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it because
Expect
can't
these
really
things to go to 0, man. Like you should.
yeah, and we've seen it that they do that they have gone just like
Yes, and if you trade like that, guess what? You're gonna find that you're gonna start catching some of these crazy like 14xers and stuff like that. The thing is, you just gotta take profit, Jack.
Here's the thing: when you've got like just pocket change in the trade, you just want to let it ride, right? Like,
Mhm.
yeah, if you had the substantial risk, yeah, you want to take out your initial investment, move stop loss to break even, but being that
But
the whole thing is one big Hail Mary moonshot, so you're riding, right? You're it's ride or die with the boys,
ride or die.
with the with the highly speculative DeFi play,
I'm going yams, boys.
going ham on the yam.
50% of account, all in. Yeah, that's a
it's
shoot up
pretty
right
strong.
there, man.
Yeah, that's very strong bullish volume. It looks like we're not getting much of a pullback here.
Yeah, it looks like it's
But at
consolidating
this
up there.
point, but at this point, I wouldn't buy until we're back above here because there's the significant risk we pull back to this area. So either
Well,
buy down here or buy up here, but you can't buy here. All right, so let's tell you what, let's go through the mid cap shit coins, and then I'm sure there's some pent up demand for other Uniswap coins to look at. So we'll let some stuff build up.
there you go.
Mid sat coins. Okay, guys, we're gonna do this rapid fire. We all ready? We all know what this means. Quick and dirty. Rune. Wish we had more information here, but we don't. Right now
You
it
are
looks like,
you are on the 3-day, remember? So
oh
yep, that looks strong.
yeah, it looks strong for continuation right here, especially with this daily close. You could buy right here, and I would set a stop just below the opening of this, and then you should be good for continuation. SNX I talked about earlier, good for continuation. When you get another chart right here, like I think I used hit BTC or something like that. You'll zoom out. This is all-time high. This is a break of all-time high. Retest, likely continuation. Swipe. Lots of good news here on Swipe, but right now it looks like you would be entering resistance,
Yep.
especially with the sell signal right here. You don't want that. Either buy on a retest right here, or if you can get a break of this.
I don't like that chart.
No, I don't like it. We are still in a trading range, unlike a lot of the other coins which have broken out of their trading ranges and have proceeded onto either the next trading range or somewhere in their low volume node. I like the volume that has come in right here. That's a nice increase of. You can see
Activity, yeah.
there's basically no volume over here, and then boom, suddenly it's here. But why not take it on the break or buy a retest right here? It just makes no sense to buy it right there. Would have been more ideal to buy here, but I think if we take a look at this on the weekly, we'll see this is just probably a good spot to buy. We've broken back into this previous trading range, and we're sort of retesting the bottom right now. Let's take a look on the daily. Yeah, here, likely here, and then continuation. So
That was on my list for 2 days ago, and I didn't take it.
that was
Oh
so
well.
ideal.
The other ones I took are doing fine.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and see, this is really the ideal time to take it. Like, boom, right? I like that. Oh, look at the way these trend lines work out. It's glorious. It's beautiful. Anyway, continue onwards. Block stacks, nice break of resistance today. I'd want to take this for resistance. We're also getting a very bullish time transformation
Cross back
cross up
over. Yep.
while in overbought territory. So this is that means price has been very, very bullish.
And statistically, when you get that signal, you usually have a runner.
Yeah, most likely you could take
Yep.
this on up to where would we want to take this to? Where I guess next resistance is
I would go to the top. See that very first candle where it wicked? It's like a green bar in the very first candle. It's just a little tiny one. Yeah, the very first candle that comes in. See
what
right
up here?
there. I think you can take it to there easy.
You want to take it to 4,000.
I want to
Okay,
take
guys.
it to 4,000.
Okay, guys, you heard it here. Jason really likes this this brief support turned resistance.
That would be my take profit for sure. It
Yeah.
could blow right through it, but I would feel safe taking it up to there.
Yeah. As you can see, excuse me. Oh, sorry, guys.
You are blessed.
Yeah. So, as you can see, we had broke out of this previous trading range right here. We've retested, and now we've broken this new resistance. Yeah,
And
I like this for continuation right here.
Mm-hmm.
Put that on the list.
STX.
Algo very bullishly has entered this secondary, this other consolidation area up here. I think you could easily take
Oh, that
two.
makes me so upset that Algorand, I was supposed to buy it earlier this week for my Money Monday, and I didn't do it.
I want to take it to right around 8,000 right here.
Mhm.
And then if not, the other place I'm looking at is 12,000, this area right here, which is this strong resistance / consolidation area. Time transformation's been go since here. There's really nothing much to say. You should really already be in this one. But if
Mhm.
you are in this one right here, then keep holding, buddy. OGN, this, to me, this is a retest of this area. You can see on my screen, I had an alert set for this. It fired off 2 days ago. Now we're getting a retest of this. This is basically the trading range resistance, with this being a fake out.
Mhm.
So I
I
like this.
think you're good. I think you're good for continuation there, considering the shelf that's been built over that double top. Now you're getting what some would say a triple top, but you got a higher high. I really do think that's
Yeah.
going to break out.
Yeah. So I agree with you. So retest of this area and continuation. Most likely you'll want to buy on a break of this, because I'm not sure exactly where we're retesting right here.
Man, I would even go on a limb and say that would be a good
Buy right
spot.
now. Just right
Yeah.
now.
I mean,
Maybe so. Yeah.
maybe
That's how it's good.
50% of what you were going to put in, and then put 50% a little bit lower.
OGN was more bullish than we were expecting. It actually never reached our accumulation area down here, this consolidation zone. It's never happened. So Hive is high. Is it finally time for Hive? I'm not sure. It does look like sellers are kind of exhausted in this spot.
Looks like a little
We're seeing,
mini head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders.
mhm.
Boop, boop.
And this is sort of a break of the overall trend. Like,
Yep.
the trend here has been down.
And the way to play that would be you put that right back where you had it. I liked it coming through to where we're just now breaking out of that trend line.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm seeing it as like slowly reducing selling pressure.
Hmm. And the way that I would look at this is you
So
could
like
either
sell pressure here, sell pressure there, sell pressure there.
and you could take it where it is right now. I would say that would be relatively safe. But if you're looking for the retracement to the bottom of that the bottom of that range. But I mean, the way that this has just been bought back up
I
on this
feel like,
last
yeah, like
test.
if we were
Yeah,
gonna be down here, it would have happened here. We would have broken
I
down.
I agree. So I think it might be done retesting.
Hmm. I don't know. Maybe you
Just one
guys
to
should
watch.
just wait until it breaks above 2,200 here and then take it. I don't know. There's better coins. There's better coins. But if you like Hive, then that's what I would.
If you have a bag of Hive, then just be on the lookout.
Okay, Tomo Chain, still very strong. I think last time we were looking at it, it was over here. It just made a new high.
I think the last time we looked at this, it was in that bottom, and I said I'd like this for a double top.
Like this for a double top? Well,
No, it was in that lower range, I think, because we talked about this last week.
we never did get a retest of this accumulation area.
Yeah, I'll
So I
have
do
to go
think
back
it's
and find that because I do believe I said that I do like that for at least a double top. The same way I said with Link, but Link blew way past the double top. It just kept going.
Oh, I see what you mean. You mean like an equal high at least of this?
Yeah, at least an equal. Yeah, because we were looking at it right when it was down there. We were marking
Yeah,
out that other consolidation rate. I'm like, I like that for at least a double top,
Mhm.
and it looks like it might continue. So
I see. You're right. This fell a little below the area that we liked, but man, once it did recover, Beam really took off there.
is Beam a DeFi token or is that
Beam is a
banned?
privacy token.
Privacy token. Yep.
And Band is an Oracle token.
Oracle. That keyword.
Mhm.
I feel like DeFi is taking over Oracle.
A little bit. DeFi is definitely the bigger buzzword right now, but Oracle tokens are still in.
Mm-hmm.
This is way too late to enter this, guys. As a matter of fact, we might finally get a pullback here. I would still I would love to see this really settle down, but any strong bounce on a pullback, I would want to buy because I would suspect a continuation.
Well, the problem with taking it there is the risk to reward. It just isn't there, man. You would have to
Yeah.
sit through so much drawdown if you're wrong.
And this is also a very strongly parabolic move.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to enter at the top of parabola.
That's what I want to see Bitcoin look like.
Yeah. Let's see. If it retraced like 80% of this parabola, what would that look like? Where would it go down to?
60%. 80%. So yeah, you sit through that.
So yeah, let's say we'll get a retest of this area. That's what it would look like if this because parabolas almost always result in like a blow off top that then retraces
Almost
like
immediately
80%.
retraces. Yeah.
Kava is a DeFi coin. This is likely we're going to see continuation right here. Yep, it's in price discovery.
That looks strong.
Sellers petering out right here. You might want to wait for a curl up right here and a break of this resistance. But yeah, I would take Kava for a continuation in a heartbeat.
Yeah, if you get a cross above zero on time transformation on that, I think that's enough to let me put my money into it.
I don't want to take band here. I would rather short band here, but I just don't want to touch it. I definitely don't want to be short anything in this market right now. Things have been so bullish, but at the same time, I don't want to buy this resistance. As you can see, these people buying resistance didn't work out so hot for them. So I would wait for a break of this and then take that. Otherwise, man, who knows where it's going to pull back to here? This is like a 50% fall to here. Who knows, guys? Who knows?
All right, I'm going to quickly review a few messages, touch base with the live chat here. Let's take a quick look. Ron Legato can't believe Taco went extinct. Nope, Taco is still alive and pumping. Philip Carr says, okay, no, hold on. Let me see here. Payam Darian asks, yo, shitcoin inquiry per X. What's he referring to per X? Did we touch on per X? Is that the shitcoin perpets on
PERX?
Yeah, that's the shitcoin perpetuals on FTX. Is that what he's referring to?
I think he might be talking about this Uniswap.
I think he's talking about that one for sure.
Oh, he's talking about. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we covered per X, did we?
No, we didn't.
Gotcha. All right, maybe slot that in. Philip Carr, XRP, no price chart, price, business CEO, latest news, assess other coins, as that's a through absent of price action and public relations releases. Philip Carr potentially Bearish on XRP. Payam Darian again. Per X, MITX, and VRA is what he is currently. Okay, you got Per X on the chart. Let's take a look at Per X.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting a strong pullback right here. Let me take a look at the hourly.
Descending channel breakout, possibly.
Seems like all this Uniswap tokens are kind of pulling back right now.
Yeah,
Well, they've had a
it's
quite
hard to trade
a
them
run.
Yeah,
because of the gas fees.
that's very true. And Ethereum pumping overnight, so I don't know if there was like a desire to get back into Ethereum and ride it up.
Yeah, I bet that probably has something to do with it.
I don't think this is necessarily a bad spot to buy per X.
Yeah, it seems to be bottoming out there.
I think I would like to see some more taps of this area right here. This seems to be a strong consolidation area. One tap here. I would try and buy down in this area right here. And then because because the season is what it is, I would expect continuation.
Cool.
Well, let
He
me
also asked about MITX, unless you want to cover a little more Per X.
Not much left to cover on that one.
there's no MITX here. Start over here. Nope. Where's my Univision? My Uniswap vision.
Oh, is it on there? Maybe no MITX. What market is this MITX on?
Here we go. It's on Hit BTC at least.
Good stuff.
Oh shit. Well, it's too late
Oh
now.
shit!
That's
Yeah. A little too late, bud. That probably just happened, didn't it?
Yeah, fall back to the hourly.
Yeah, I bet that just happened.
the last 2 hours. Yeah, since the show started, basically.
Yeah, basically shows.
I started talking, and the market got very bullish. So that is
You-
what happened right here.
Well, Payam, I hope you caught that.
Payam's the real precog here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say this is definitely too late to take.
Too
Goodbye.
late, bud.
Goodbye.
Get in it now.
All right. Finally, he asked for VRA.
VRA. I think you gotta pull back in there.
Veracity, eh?
I would still like to see a pullback to this area one last time on Veracity, but I don't. Maybe we won't get it. There's enough. We sold really strongly into this area right here, and we weren't able to break it. This is a higher low right here on the daily. It's hard to tell, man. I would not want to buy this spot right here, because I mean we could fall down here,
Mhm.
or we could go up right here. I would either, as we like to say, I would either buy a break of this resistance, or I would buy a retest of this area down here, or maybe down here. But I just don't like this spot right here. That's my only thought on Vera. There was a nice TC signal here on this day, but you could have gotten a little bit out of it. But then, yeah,
Yeah, there's just a lot better looking things out there than that.
yeah, the stronger shitcoins right now.
The shit is strong with these ones.
So we gonna look at more mid caps. What do you want?
Yeah, actually, I got a question here for Der Student, and I'm not sure which chart he's referring to. Maybe this is a general question, but he's saying, what about a foolproof way to get out? Bearish divergence in a certain time frame, maybe? Is there a golden rule for exits? I guess is what he's asking about. Any good way to maybe try to call a top using bearish divergence in a certain time frame?
Nah.
Maybe?
So, I mean, it's nice if you see a bearish divergence, but I mean, it's not like I can guarantee you a bearish divergence.
Yeah, it doesn't always play out that way.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, whatever happens, happens. And you could get like a bearish divergence and then price continues more, and then you get like a second bearish divergence, and then the second bearish divergence is the one you have to take. Like, I cannot guarantee you exits in that way. There's no golden anything. For situations of price discovery, what we like to do is we like to use the trend-based fib extension. That's your greatest hope. Here, let me pull open a chart where
That is your greatest hope.
it is your greatest hope. That's all you can really, let me find something with a swing low. What were we looking at? We were looking at STA earlier. All right, so let's go back in time a little bit.
Man, I had to move so fast to gap like that.
Yeah.
That's the daily, right? Yeah. Damn.
This is not the right thing, I don't think.
I don't know what that is.
I think it's fib time.
Oh, yeah. It's taking it horizontally and giving you time. That makes sense. But I still don't know why that would be useful. Just to give you a prediction of when you think it is.
Yeah, some people believe that
It's all timed out.
that events in the market happen. So trend-based fib extension, if you took it here near at the bottom, it would give you areas of resistance and support. Now,
Blew right
has this
through
been
them.
resistance? Yes, it was resistance, and then we blew through it. Has this been support? Yeah. Let's go down on the hourly. Let's see what price has done to these levels. This totally did act as resistance. This area was also resistance. I guess you can kind of call that resistance. Was the support?
But that's why these are so subjective, though, because I mean everyone measures them a little bit differently, and they always say, "Well, look at this, look at this." That's why I just find it so hard after switching to a strategy-based system to use these because they're so subjective that you almost waste your own time, in my opinion.
So this is essentially, I mean, when you look at it on the 4-hour, you're like, oh yeah, this did totally work out right here. We pegged the top of this. Has this been resistance? Yeah, this has been resistance. Like looking on the 4-hour, it's kind of beautiful. So this, and remember, you could have set this all the way back here. You would have had it here, and you could have had sell orders set here, here, and here. Although not that it's necessarily that easy to set sell orders on Uniswap. By the way, there is one way you can do that. I have recently discovered that the
You can use 1 inch. Yeah, you can use 1 inch.
and one is exchange, but it is very
You can use your
very
1
bare
inch.
bones, guys. It's new. It's not that great. But
Your
it will
1
allow you to do that thing which you otherwise cannot do. There's no Uniswap limit orders otherwise, so you could do it on 1 inch. Anyway,
How dare they name something that?
they should have named it 10 inch. Damn it.
Yeah. Donger.com.
Yeah. And then here, I guess let's do it speculatively on
Get
another
your
one
mind
coin.
out of the gutter, dude. It has to do with the size of the order book, you mother.
No, it's not. You know it's not. Everything's an innuendo these days.
I don't know. Would we even want to start from here? Let's try it. Screw it.
Let's try it.
I don't think I did this right.
I don't think I did this right. Mm-hmm. Nailed it.
I don't know. I'm not super happy with it. What if we did it like this?
What if we did this?
So this is the bottom, top, and then bottom again. Because I don't know if you could really count like the exact second that we started out. It's like boom, that is price data that's super important. I don't know.
No.
But in this case, do we have resistance? Yeah, kind of nailed it. As a matter of fact, I wish I had set a order in this exact spot, right? And then was the support? Yeah, this acted as support. We got we didn't really get any resistance here. Is this resistance? You could think of it that way. If you would set a sell order right here, would you be sorry right now? You wouldn't be that sorry. You certainly wouldn't have been sorry back here. Anyway, yeah, so this is what I use for looking for potential exit areas when a coin is in price discovery, because there's really no other way. I mean, you can't look at any history. That's by definition. I guess a pitchfork would help you in those cases. Certainly, there's a beautiful. Let's go. I had a link pitchfork, if you guys remember. Let's go take a look at that link pitchfork. Whatever happened with that? I have it on a different one. Delete
Link
it?
just on a tear, boy.
Did I delete it? Oh, you know what? If you guys remember, back when we broke this, I had set this.
That yellow line is where we were talking about.
Yes, originally this was the resistance we were going to break.
We talked
This was
about
the
Link
first
that day.
This was the first take profit area that was set. We retested this.
Right at the
This
bottom
was
of that is when we said Link was looking good again.
This was our second
And-
take profit area. And this was our third. We kind of broke through that area. Yeah. So bullish we broke through it. I don't know. I would still whoever wanted to short this area, I could see why you would want to. We've definitely had pump 1, pump 2, pump 3, and then a nice little spike with high volume right here. You could do worse. Anyway, I'm not here to talk to you about shorting things. I'm here to talk to you about bullish things.
wrangling cattle and such.
Yeah. XTZ. Possible pullback. I'd rather take XTZ on a breakout of this entire area rather than buy it right here. FTT, it could be time. I like the.
So what's that look like on the weekly? Just beginning.
I have this spot set as pick it up here.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was feeling very bullish feeling very bearish that day.
Yeah, because that shelf right there looks really good.
Yeah. We do have decreasing sell volume here, but we can leave it right now. There's better coins.
Yep.
Then, still, this area was the best area to buy in, and we never did get a pullback all the way back here. I thought we were gonna break through here. I would definitely think this is gonna continue, but you're gonna want to wait for a break of this resistance right here, etc. Aren't you glad no one told
BTC
you
is
that
just looking terrible.
had that 51% attack, and then everybody was like, "Oh, the market shrugged it off." I think that was here. Market did not shrug it off.
If you really like that project, now might be a time.
Ethereum Classic might come into its own once Ethereum really does go through the proof of stake fork, right? It's possible.
Then all the proof of work miners will probably go over to the other chain.
Exactly.
I would imagine.
Yeah, that's what Charles Hoskinson was talking about today. He was saying he hopes to see the majority of the proof of work miners move over to Ethereum Classic and continue the proof of work crusade there.
Yep.
Vitalik isn't a stupid guy. I mean, if anyone can pull this whole thing off, I think it might be him.
Yeah,
because
continuation
and you can tell that this team's actually working hard on this because they keep pushing it back. I'd rather see that than Yams come out with a white paper that fails on the first day.
Yeah,
they gotta get a move on though, because the Ethereum fees are out of this world right now. Ethereum 2.0 can't come through fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
And even just having Uniswap 3.0 would help a lot because they can roll up transactions into batches, and then that would prevent a whole lot of transactions from taking place.
Yeah.
It's partially, it's partially due to just the nature of all these programs being so new.
Indeed.
I mean, MCO here, I don't dislike it, but time transformation is telling us it's not ready yet, and there's better coins, and also we know that MCO is getting dumped by Crypto.com. So why get into a coin that we know is gonna get end of life soon?
Yep, but probably.
I'm surprised it's held that level for as long as it has after that news. Because I sold at
Um,
the top of that pump.
it's got a good arbitrage opportunity, so as long as CRO stays more or less where it is, MCO will stay here.
This is the area I told you to pick up Adamin. As you can see, that was a kick-ass idea. I think this is ripe for some continuation right here. We kind of broke this support slash resistance held above it yesterday and today. See what this looks like. Maybe not. Maybe I won't buy right here. Maybe I'll wait for a pullback to this area. Yeah. Otherwise, buy a break up here, but lower time frames are saying maybe not right this second. GVT strong daily close
Strong boy.
over this resistance. I like it. I would take it on today's close. This is good. Qdom, we never did come back down to here.
I feel like all these charts are starting to look like the Queen song "I Want to Break Free."
Yeah.
I want to break free. Blue sky breakouts, boy.
Oh
Man,
yeah.
that's looking.
Gas is maybe time. I mean, this is the way a lot of coins were looking last week before they look like this. See, they look like this.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
All higher lows on gas as well. If you look at that, like that, boom, boom, boom.
yeah, there are stronger coins. I guess I would wait until gas, unless you're like a firm believer in gas. Waves continuing. It's gone, guys. It's just gone. If you're not already in it, then it's too late. Walton Chain. This wants a weekly. I think this wants to be seen on the weekly.
Not quite broke that yet. Well, actually, you could if you drew the line from there. Yeah. That just could be throwback to continuation. And then you got topping above zero on time transformation. I like that there.
Yeah. I would love to get a time transformation confirmation signal, but I
Yeah.
like the increasing buy volume here, decreasing sell volume. Retest of this local point of control. Also retesting this trend line. Could be time for Walton Chain, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to have that on my list for today.
All right, I'm gonna quickly review a few messages in the chat and maybe a request or two in here. Let's quickly scroll up.
Oh, yeah.
Their student says thank you for the explanation. No problem. Blue box territory thinks that Justin is the one downvoting these streams. No, I don't think so, my friend. I think it's the haters in the audience.
Justin's coming on and just downvoting.
Don't like that start. No. Where's the indicators, Alex? Where's your PTP system? No.
Let's see here. Philip Carr asks, where does this conflict with ADA, and where does ADA sit? Does Charles not meant suspiciously? They obviously have a plan. So I think he's asking about, does Ethereum Classic and this whole move to proof of stake on the main Ethereum chain conflict with Cardano and Charles's plans? That's purely speculation. Not too sure about that. Wook Chewy. Unitrade, is it legit? He asks. I don't know if you guys heard of Unitrade. I think it's fairly new. I think it just launched. I don't even know I'm not sure if it's a functional product, but from what I understand,
probably someone trying to ride the coattails of Uniswap.
You know what? That's what it is. It's kind of it's supposed to plug in to Uniswap, and it's supposed to offer like the advanced features that we're looking for, like limit orders and stuff like that. I think they released their own token. I really, honestly, Wook Chewy, I haven't done too much research on Unitrade to tell you if it's legit or not. It would probably
Seems like these things are coming out every day, so it's kind of hard to keep up with.
I mean, on the surface, that sounds like good pumpamentals, You're talking about something that expands on the functionality of Uniswap. Yeah, that's what people are asking for. I can see there's market for that, but is it an actual functional product? When is it going to deliver? I got to look into all that, so we'll see. David Rice says, great show, guys. Thanks for all you do. No problem. Peckham says, could you look at SXP on the hourly on Binance? Never seen that candle pattern before. What is it? So yeah, SXP, hourly, Binance. Could we see what candle pattern he's talking about?
I did see a question that I know you can answer a lot better.
It's a consolidation triangle.
Jack, let me find it.
Consolidation triangle it is. I don't know if you have anything else you want to add to the SXP chart there.
Nope, I would just keep track of this. If we broke out this way, I would take it upwards. If we broke down, I would take it down to this zone, probably right here, and then pick it back up. That's how I would want to play. I wouldn't buy or sell in this spot. I would wait for some confirmation. But
Since
it's so bullish, I would say it's probably going to break upwards and continue onwards. Just because, I mean, that's what we're expecting to happen. So
since we've been going over so many of these DeFi coins and stuff, Blue Box Territory brings up a good question that I think a lot of the viewers might be confused with, and I know Jack, you can delve into this a little bit. Blue Box Territory asks, what do these DeFi coins even do?
All right, well, some of these DeFi tokens are still like promissory notes. They have projects or concepts that they're going to try and deliver on. The functional projects are basically lending and borrowing protocols for the most part, also stablecoin protocols. So they basically lock up a pool of liquidity and they try to automatically kind of balance everything out so that there's basically a stable coin product coming out the other end, right? So big thing with stablecoins is, you have stuff like Tether and the BUSD and, all these USDC. These are all like centralized stablecoin tokens. So like a lot of these DeFi protocols are attempting to deliver a kind of automated, decentralized stablecoin product, right?
So and DeFi stands for decentralized finance,
decentralized
correct?
finance. So
Yeah.
realistically, that kind of boils down to right now borrowing and lending, right? So
Just like how Coinbase announced yesterday that they might be going into lending out their Bitcoin.
Exactly.
yeah,
Now again,
sort
that's
of.
a centralized kind of solution. So like really what DeFi does, it offers people the ability to kind of stake or lock up their funds or provide liquidity to a pool of money, and then other people can draw from that money and borrow, and you might get a bit of dividends paid to you and interest fees. So really it's just borrowing, lending, guys, and usually sometimes stablecoin offerings that are, again, the idea is they're trying to create stablecoins that are more automated, more decentralized than the current leaders in the space that are all very much centralized. So that kind of sums it up.
Yeah, and what makes DeFi really interesting to people is you can because you're lacking collateral into the smart contracts to generate tokens. You then use the generated tokens to lock into other smart contracts on other decentralized platforms, which then gets you tokens from there for doing that. And this lets you do yield farming over time. So you're basically taking, you get, like, let's say you hop on to lend and you turn you lock your Ethereum up into DAI, and then now you have all these dollars in DAI, and then you lock that up into Compound uh, for like a certain amount of yearly fee, which you get Compound tokens out of, and then you take Compound and you bring it over to Balance, and you're like, well, I gonna lock stuff up over here. So that's what have people so interested in it to start out with, the yield farming aspect. And now I think most people who are into the DeFi craze, couldn't tell you why DeFi is so popular, but that was originally what fascinated people about it and made it interesting.
I feel like it's the same thing as the 2017 alt market. Like people just flooding in because it was the new thing. Now crypto's been around a little bit longer, so they need that niche product that everyone gets excited about, and I think that's DeFi this time.
Yep, sort of. But I do think there's a bit of a separation from the 17. So like 2017 had like really abstract products. People were coming out with like tokenomics that were basically like, oh,
Dogecoin.
in the future you're only going to pay for your weed with the pot coin, right?
XVG, baby.
Or it's like, for gym memberships of the future are going to be paid with gym coin. You're going to want this token to
DentaCoin.
right.
DentaCoin. That was for dental
This
insurance
stuff
or
a
something
little
like
bit
that.
too much of a
I
leap.
remember DentaCoin because I used to look at DentaCoin on my price tracker. This is before I was ever a trader or anything like that, and it would do like 100% here, 100% there. I'm like, what am I doing with my
I gotta
life?
get into this.
I gotta get into DentaCoin.
Yeah, and so it's like now I think DeFi has
Let's all take a moment of silence for
avoid some of
Dentacoin.
that. And so it's like with DeFi, you're looking at stuff that I think comes a little more naturally to people. So like people kind of understand how finance works. They understand that like, you deposit money in a bank, and then they can lend that out and create interest on it, and then
90%
you
of it.
get paid interest, right? So it's like a lot of these DeFi protocols fall into that, right? So people can kind of make the leap that it's like, oh, the bank already more or less does this. This is just like a new generation of like banking and financial services, just decentralized and on a blockchain. So it's kind of like it's not that much of a leap anymore, right? Like you might not see, Dentacoin having any kind of future, but you can be like, oh, a protocol that's really popular and people are like putting money into it and getting interest, and other people are using it to borrow. That makes sense. So I think DeFi has like a little more legitimacy or credibility than the 2017 ICO crisis.
But I think that has to do with the way that this technology is going, because since then it was all new and these people could create these silly
all of
projects.
crypto has more
Yeah.
legitimacy than before.
Yeah, and now like there's more legitimacy to these things, so that I think over time you're going to see these projects adapt to things that are more believable, like because I think that the DeFi space, like what they're trying to do, is important. Like in 2017, I don't care what Doge was trying to do. So like I do think it's good for the space overall, but I do think we're going to continue to see these weird little niche markets to where we see these just incredible gains, because I mean, in order to get everyone over to the cryptocurrency side, you're going to have to see these giant wealth transfers.
To me,
I mean, I think it's just overall exciting for the space.
For sure, nothing draws
well, it's
attention
certainly
like
exciting for me to see all these wealth transfers.
Oh,
These altcoins.
yeah, I mean, because it doesn't hurt my portfolio balance at all. So
Oh.
love that
Onwards.
liquidity.
sure creates
Onwards.
demand for Ethereum, right?
Onwards.
All right, let's get the next last few charts knocked out. I don't know just how much more you want to look at, Alex. If not,
OMG. Yeah,
let's do it.
It's not a good time right here for OMG. You probably want to buy up here. Take it to this area. When you won't want to take the break of resistance, because right now we're right in the middle of the trending range. Could go either way. LSK is strong here. Let's take a look at. We're getting a very strong 1-day time transformation signal up here. Let's take a look at 3-day and weekly. 3-day, strong bullish divergence. Weekly, strong weekly signal. Nice volume coming in. I think it might be time here. I think we might be able to take it up to.
You gonna try it? I know you and Lisk have a very XRP
No, it's
relationship.
Justin who has that relationship with us. You take it up to this area, I would imagine, is where you're going to want to. But then again, we already kind of pegged this area here on the weekly. We might could take it up to here.
Might could.
Sky, this is your baby. What do you think? Is it time? We gonna take it up to here?
I think you give it one more day. But yeah, I think that Sky will be another one.
A few weeks back, you caught this wick, didn't you? On a
Yep.
trade? Yeah.
Yep. That was nice. That was the 13 EMA that got me in on that one.
Might be nano time.
Nano was on my list for yesterday. I did not take it though.
You're okay. You didn't miss it.
I had a nano question mark. That was the only one that had a question mark.
I mean, everything else is bullish. It seems
things will follow.
I don't love this chart, but it seems impossible to me that Nano won't just end up this direction.
Never keep that in your vocabulary when you're talking about crypto. Impossible.
Yeah. Let's see. Pegged our area right here. Continuation. Yeah, I would be buying ONT in this area and then still taking it long here. This is not. Yeah, I would say you could do that and set a stop right below this point of control, and I think you'd be safe. I not gonna lie, I really love
HC there.
I really love HC in this spot. Wouldn't you say like this is the area where we would want to pick it up?
That actually might be signaling for me today. Let's see.
What's the weekly and the 3-day say? Weekly is skeptical, but no, we got a weekly doji last week. Look at this. We just kind of dumped into here. Couldn't make a new one. Kind of bullish. Maybe it's time to pick up some hypercash.
Hypercash on my system is giving me a signal today.
Look at this. We're about to get a strong 3-day divergence right here.
And you would take it up. First TP would be about 13,262 sats.
Mm-hmm. And that's it's probably with Quadrigo, I would imagine.
Yes, that's with Quadrigo.
Okay.
Me likey Quadrigo. Takes all the thinking out of it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I guess this is the first area that this is the first area that I would target. As you can see, this is like a support, boom, boom, boom. This is a strong order block right here. So I would imagine we'll take it here, and then this area up here is the second place that I would be looking to take it to. All right. Next, nah, not very appealing. I also don't like these 3 wicks. What happened here? But this is a good reset of time transformation. But I'm not into it. I'm not into it.
He's just not that into you.
Mm-hmm. This is still kind of hanging around its point of control. I would probably want to take a break of this resistance.
Go back to the daily on that one.
I like the reducing sell volume here.
Yeah, I think that's gonna get continuation.
I think everything's going to get continuation in this market.
Yeah, it is a pretty bland statement.
Mm-hmm.
What the?
Yeah, this was a good area to pick it up. Now is a bad time to be picking it up. You'll want to pick up a break. Nebulas, look at all this volume coming in down in this area. This is interesting. Why? Did they like buy a market maker bot or something?
And you are getting some. Oh, never mind. I thought you were getting some bullish divergence there, but slightly not.
No, this is actually, I believe this is a bullish. Oh, you're right. It's
just slightly. Yeah,
lower
just
low.
slightly under.
But it might as well be, folks.
Yeah, that's might as well be.
No. It's not a bad spot to be picking up PPT, I guess, because you're still down near its lows. Like it basically just did a. This is the spring. If you believe in whatever the hell this project does, then go ahead.
Whatever the hell this does.
Same for MDA. Like this is where I would pick it up. This is the consolidation area, but it's also, isn't it kind of threatening to like make a new low? And there's stronger coins. This could see a continuation. This is like the break of the. Let me get rid of this. Trading range, fake out, still in the trading range. Break, retest of that former trading range, continuation.
To answer Peckham's question real quick, he asks a bit of philosophy, if you would. Your short and long trades, do you cash out to cash or do you lock it up as BTC? What happens if it or do you have to lock it up and if or box of BTC? What? Well, I think I know what you're saying there.
This is something that Justin talks a lot about, how to
Yeah,
hedge your USD value.
and this depends a lot on what kind of trader that you are. And me myself, I'm a Bitcoin maximalist, in that I will keep my Bitcoin, and whatever I trade long short, I will keep that in Bitcoin. I won't switch it back out to US to hedge. That's one of the reasons why I like Bybit so much, is I can just short the amount that I have in my account, and it will keep the USD value. I will either lose BTC if it goes up or gain BTC as it goes down. But this is all up to the trader. So You really have to learn what you're trying to do. If you're trying to stack sats and you believe that Bitcoin's going to just keep appreciating over time, then keep it in Bitcoin. Or if you don't believe that Bitcoin or something could beat it, it could retrace so much, I mean, keep it in USD. But that, again, it's completely up to the trader.
Yeah, it's a good question. Something we cover a lot on the show. I think what Jason said is pretty clear. Like, a lot of us are looking to stack sats and build up our Bitcoin portfolio, and most of us are able to stomach big downturns in Bitcoin's price. So if you have trades that win and you're growing your Bitcoin balance with that, you might be perfectly comfortable holding the Bitcoin no matter what the price does.
I go into the mentality of when we get super large dips in Bitcoin, I don't worry about what my Bitcoin stack's worth in USD. I just look at those as buying opportunities for more Bitcoin to increase my sats.
Definitely. Now, if you're a more advanced trader and you are looking at preserving your USD wealth at all costs, then it really does come down to USD for you. Yeah, there's strategies you can deploy that
Use
you hedge.
Bybit and only use the USDT contracts. I mean, you could do
Yep.
that.
You can hedge aggressively, basically. If you can have a strategy. Again, this is probably something that may need a little more of an advanced lesson. But you can have an aggressive hedging strategy. So you can lock in your cash value using something like a 1x short on Bybit, right? So it just really depends on your style and if you're comfortable locking in USD value against your BTC balance.
It's one of the more important things that I say it probably takes about a year of trading to finally get into the position where you start understanding that you have to make a decision on how you are going to trade yourself, because it really comes down to what the trader himself is trying to do. And for me, I want to maximize as much Bitcoin as I can. If I do have a USDT account or holding USDT, I will use that to make USDT trades and treat it as its own fund. But if I see a big dip in Bitcoin, I will also transfer that USDT back into Bitcoin, because that, in my mind, is a buying opportunity. So other people do it the exact opposite way, to where they would just keep liquidating their BTC into USD, and then if they saw a good trade, go into BTC and then liquidate right back out. Justin does this a lot because he uses his trading capital to pay his bills. And right now you can't pay your bills in BTC. So like I said, it's to each their own at this point. But it is an important thing, and it's a great question.
All right, what do we got left to look at in terms of coins?
Let's see.
Anybody in the live chat? This is your...
Man, I got like 30 more coins I could go through.
Oh boy. But this could be the final opportunity to get your
Get
chart
them
requests
requests
in.
in.
So post your chart requests now or never in the live chat, because I think we're heading toward the conclusion.
Whoa.
What up?
Look how strong Fetch is here. We should take this on the daily close or whatever.
Fet.
It's actually,
That's
this
the
is
3-day
just like,
there.
I know, but
It's strong for sure, and it's a new high.
yep, it's a new high today. I think we should just take this on today's close.
Fet.
It's just like, it's just kind of step staring up. I think it might just like burst out here across this low volume node and just come right up to here. I think Fet is one of the strongest looking coins we've looked at, actually. Man, look, just peg this area. These are lagging behind. What's some really strong looking coins?
You can't ignore that 3-bar play on Bitcoin.
Oh, come on with the 3-bar play, Justin.
I know. Actually,
There's
Paul,
the man.
Paul
going
was
on,
in
guys?
here earlier today. He was saying, he was mentioning how it's basically when you're in a bullish market, you just can't go wrong with a 3-bar play. Take it in the direction of the trend. Enjoy your profits.
Yeah.
You can't ignore that play.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you were buying a sign of strength. It's again, it's It's a pretty fundamental concept. Any triangle, any pattern, any continuation opportunity, anything that looks bullish, sounds bullish, smells bullish, that your friend said was bullish, it's a good opportunity to buy if the market is raging upwards.
Strength begets strength.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we just did like half the mid caps, and after 2 hours, just kind of exhausted here. Do you got anything that you want to look at, Justin?
Yeah, I mean, my I guess just sharing with anybody who's watching updates as far as to what I'm doing. I posted my updates to the premium members yesterday. Nothing has really changed insofar as my strategy. I did not end up putting on my hedge. I discussed that yesterday in the premium voice chat. I discussed that a little bit on yesterday's show. We were able to successfully close above the area. We didn't close in that area. So I did the exact opposite. Instead of putting on a hedge, I actually put on a small long. Same situation, 30% of my account, which was the correct position size anyways, adjusted, so it was quite easy. The position size that I'd allocated for hedge, I took to a long. I do like the strength of Bitcoin to the upside. I want to see us push up here and break. We can possibly form another higher low here because that's what we have done so far. We have not actually made a higher high. That's what I'd like to see.
Beautiful baseline
Obviously,
bounce move.
yeah, it was. It's a good move all in all, and we did not. The other major thing is that we did not get that exit signal because Bitcoin actually ended up appreciating quite a bit toward the end of yesterday's trading session. The IFTRSI did not close underneath 0.7. It repainted upwards, which is why it's very important for individuals, in my opinion, this is the way that I do it, who are using daily time frame strategies to trade as close as possible to the daily close because your indicators can change dynamically intraday.
That's what I was going to bring up as well, is to wait for that close, man, especially on the daily, because anything can happen in that last hour.
All right, real quick, almost forgot. Don't want to leave David Rice hanging. He did ask for ZIL earlier. Could we take a look at Zilqua?
That's right. Let's pop that open. So I think we just looked at this yesterday, and yeah, we want to layer buy orders down to here. Things are really bullish on the market in general, and ZIL has definitely had time to kind of relax after its big long run. So it's while the rest of alt season was raging around ZIL, it's been kind of chilling out since early June. So we want to score some buys here on the retest of this wedge if we can get it. And we're looking for a continuation on the weekly nice little weekly baseline bounce right there. Probably up to this consolidation area up here on price. So we'll want to take it to the 500, 600 range. If we got a nice TT cross right here, we got a nice baseline bounce. Yeah, we want to try and score some limit buys if we can. We don't want to buy the top right here. So that's how I would handle it, guys. But yeah, ZIL is strong, and if you bought right here and you had some iron hands to hold through the 20% drop here, then you're gold.
Let's see here, Jack. Would you mind if you guys are done, if there's nothing that you guys want to look at, there's a few charts I wouldn't mind throwing up for a few minutes.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Sure,
please.
give me just a second.
In the meantime, a spin B asks, with stocks trading at all-time highs and beyond, isn't it reasonable to think that BTC will follow?
Yeah, I mean, so
to a certain extent, in my opinion.
If the assumption is that, and I can't for some reason, hold on, let me pull up the live chat so I can watch along with you guys. If the assumption is that because the stock market is very bullish, Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency market should be very bullish. I would agree with that. I mean, I think that's arguably true. The cryptocurrency market is very bullish, just looking at it objectively. If the assumption is that it seems that you're assuming that the stock market will continue to be bullish moving forward. For what time period, I'm not sure because I cannot see your question. Hold on. Therefore, we should assume that the cryptocurrency markets should remain bullish in the future. And I do agree with that. I do think that broadly the stock markets will be bullish regardless of corrections. I do think. Yeah. Why can I not see the? Here we go. Live chat's right here. All right. I think in the short term, one thing that we do want to consider is
Mute your
the
stream.
dollar, right? Is what?
Mute your stream, Justin. We can hear
Yep.
it come through.
Oh shoot. Sorry.
It's like a
Like that?
inception of Justin.
Yep. Thank you.
We're good now?
Yep.
Okay,
All good.
sorry about that. I am slowly learning how to use a computer. So one thing, and listen, I know that some individuals have talked about this. I really attacked this a different way yesterday when I approached it from a psychological perspective. In fact, somebody even put some good questions in the chat, kind of challenging the idea that we do have to look at the opposite side of the ticker. This is very common, and I think this is a holdover from Forex trading. But I don't see many people consider this. So when we're trading Bitcoin, we're trading it against a quote currency, and that quote currency is the United States dollar, USD. Or perhaps you're trading against the euro. Perhaps you're trading it against, the Singapore dollar, what have you. But when you're trading a currency pair, we have to remember that Bitcoin is a currency pair. It's traded as a currency pair. It's quoted as a currency pair, meaning that you trade Bitcoin against the dollar. So what most people just consider the BTC USD chart to be what Bitcoin is doing in stasis. It's not. It's how Bitcoin is being valued by the open market against another currency, against the dollar. So if the dollar is very strong, meaning there's high demand for the dollar, you would likely see either sluggish activity in the BTC USD chart or actual decline in the BTC USD chart. And so there are many ways to look at the dollar. There's the Dixie, which is certainly the most popular. There are slightly other, more adjusted metrics that different analysts will agree or disagree with. Again, we don't really have time for that. But the Dixie is certainly a decent move for it. Are you sharing my screen, Jack?
Yes, he
No.
is.
Yes,
Oh,
he
he
is.
Okay. So let's go look at the Dixie. As we can see, the Dixie is very, very weak here.
Very weak.
Super weak. But let's kind of zoom out to a more long-term chart. All right. There we go. All right, so the Dixie is weak here, but it's also right in the middle of its range that goes back to, let's see, this chart goes back to 1985, okay?
Fair
So
market
as we
value.
see, yeah, we're pretty much at the fair market value, the median price of the Dixie. And one thing I want to point out here is market structure and market cycle. Are we on the upside coming down, or are we from the upside coming up? Now, again, that's speculation, and it really depends on how you view the chart and market structure. But I would make a case here that we can see here in the early aughts, the dollar at an all-time high. And then moving into the financial crisis, we see the dollar absolutely get devastated here. Who's 2008 to 2000, basically 12. And then we've had a rally and a decline recently. And obviously, since the March meltdown, we've seen a decline in the dollar's value. However, we are coming up from the lows and potentially establishing previous resistance as new support. So just from a technical analysis perspective, we can see a bounce in the Dixie here. Again, we can break support and make new lows here. I think a lot of people believe that is going to be the case. But we also have to realize the way that the world is structured, there is a high demand and high need for United States dollars. For all of our kind of cynicism here in the cryptocurrency, area, the reality is that a lot of the money that was recently printed by the Fed was utilized, right? Foreign banks did need those dollars on deposit because there was a dollar crisis and shortage. So regardless of whether it is a smart monetary play, it is a right monetary play, which it's spoiler alert, it's not. It's not a sustainable system. There is a high demand for United States dollars, and we can see dollars rise here. Which, if that is true, we could see a decline in BTC/USD. So always something to be aware of, even for short-term trading, but especially for long-term trading as well, to pay attention to what the other side of the ticker is doing. Now, that may be too abstract for some, but it's a good concept to think about. So I guess that's a long answer to yes, I do agree with you. I think that the cryptocurrency markets are going to remain bullish. I think that stocks are likely to remain bullish as long as there is a need for individuals to stick excess cash in markets that will appreciate faster than inflation. And right now, there's not a lot of access, I think, to attractive passive investments for your dollars, CDs, money markets, mutual funds. They're not returning yield. You have to return higher yield than that, which means you're going to have to approach and chase higher yielding assets like equities or even cryptocurrency. And we're certainly seeing retail traders do that. How many retail traders have entered into the market? And there's a lot of speculation as to why this is. Like, why are we seeing so many retail traders get into Robinhood, get into Webull? And I think the answer is not. People just say, well, they're greedy and they're stupid and they're seeing all these people do it. No, I think that subconsciously there is a feeling in the air, and most people understand it and realize it, that if you're holding dollars, you're losing money, you know? And unfortunately, like most individuals, we're seeing the mass amount of people, instead of like doing their research and developing a strategy and coming up with a plan, which is a path to success, and they just tend to like throw themselves into it and usually overdo it, right? So they're just like, screw it, let's buy Tesla long, and you know, they just go all in. But yeah, I think obviously the better approach, you know, and maybe this is a proper segue or not, but the better approach is to sit down, develop a strategy for how you're going to invest in things that you truly believe, keep it fairly tight knit. Like, I don't invest in too many things. I invest in what I consider strong. And I plan to hold those investments for a very long time, whether the market's up or whether the market's down, because I believe in the things that I've invested in. So anyways, let's go to some of the charts I want to share. Let's talk about, enough about that. Let's make you guys some money. All right. So BTC USD, there's not a lot that's supremely interesting to talk about here. We're still trading in this consolidation range. There was a danger of us actually forming a new low and kind of continuing down. We didn't end up doing that. We have bounced back on lowering momentum. I do like this. Again, I've talked about this pattern over and over and over again, now that we actually see it forming after 2 fresh days of data, which is where we see an asset in consolidation that has tested resistance at least 2 times, 3 is better, and we form a higher low that is 50% or greater than the distance from the range high to the range low. So if you guys have been trading for a while, that makes a lot of sense. But if that doesn't make sense, let me just chart it out. Here's consolidation in Bitcoin. We're moving sideways broadly, and we formed a high right here. We formed a low right here. All right. Let's you can just eyeball it. You can just see, okay, where's 50% of this? Like right about here. Here's 50% mark. Here's the low that was just recently formed. Comes down to about 50%. And we have tested resistance multiple times. And we are moving up on low volatility, low momentum. Small candles pushing up to resistance usually tends to break through. Same concept as if we are just kind of grinding out the lows, we tend to fall through. We tend to fall through support and crash. If we're grinding out the highs, we tend to break through and push to the upside. I took a long on BTC. We'll see how this plays out. The other, I think the other major that I would have my eyes on, and again, this hurts my heart to say, guys, but like XRP, like look at this chart. This is a good technical chart, right? We have beautiful price appreciation from XRP, breaking out of a channel that really stretches back 2 years. And then again, we have a nice bull flag form here, and now we have the push up. The momentum oscillators like the MACD leader are bottoming above 0. OBV remains positive and climbing. Even QQE mod is rising. And look at RSI. We were oversold for quite a while, and then we dip. We did get the exit signal, and we're pushing back up. It's hooking back up. So I think XRP looks good here for continuation. The other things that I would have my eye on, which, you know, honestly, I'm not too thirsty in looking for new entries. And I think the main reason is because I have these. We have these, right? These are the active positions that we're in the premium trading group. These are the signals that were put out by the premium signal service, Alex, Jason, and myself. First thing I'll just point out here is our the Forex trades, the first 4 Forex trades that I called and we've been holding since the 3rd week of July. I mean, these are Forex trades that are all up almost 2.5%. The euro yen is up 3. So we have just continued to ride these currency pairs. I mean, these may not, I know that 3% doesn't look a lot to cryptocurrency traders, but if you trade Forex, you realize this is a huge, huge win. This is an unbelievable amount of pips. DDM and PPSC give us some nice long exposure to equities here. That's in the ETF markets. I mean, I do believe that we need to get Alex a scepter, a crown, a sword, anything he deserves on this one BTC trade. One of the best BTC swing trades I've seen in quite a while, as well as ETH Bitcoin. You know, Alex has been absolutely unwavering in his confidence in Ethereum and Ethereum appreciating over Bitcoin. And that is the, you know, I've talked about this before, like the confidence to hold a position when you have a fundamental justification for it and to say, you know what, I believe this, I'm right, screw you guys, I'm putting money into this. If you don't have that confidence, that grit, it's unlikely that you're going to be able to have success making those plays. Doesn't mean you can't be a trader. You know, trend following traders. There are trend following traders out there that follow the herd. They get a slightly later entry. But you know, to take a fundamental position or to have a successful investment or to see something occurring in the future or to believe it and put money into it, it takes a lot of guts. So really good trade on Ethereum. Let's see. Enigma, which we put on the other day, up almost 40%. Pearl USDT is actually, we've actually made money on this. I think that, but it's just basically consolidating right around its entry. We took on more plays against the yen. Verge is pushed up, but it's cool. That's going to take some time. Neo's fine, and then of course we took some. I took some long exposure in the agricultural sector because why wouldn't we? I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but the Midwest just got hit by a mini hurricane. So
Corn.
there is
A
going
lot
to
of
be
silos out.
yeah, there. I mean, listen, I'm here, and I know like 30% at least of our harvest has been devastated.
Yeah,
At least. I don't.
It's like God's on the whale's side or something.
Yeah, that is a mass. This is the listen, and this is unfortunate because this does mean that people are going to suffer around the world. There's going to be 30% less grain that goes into the things that we underappreciate.
Soybeans.
Certainly
We
here in
do
first world countries.
soybeans,
Yeah.
corn.
Look what happened in Beirut with all that wheat that just got blown up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like we're losing a lot of our commodities.
Pakistan lost a massive amount of its harvest earlier.
2020 sucks.
Yeah, there's a lot of devastation, and so the next year or two is going to feel this. So there are currently things that are happening in the world that most people are underprepared for, do not understand, and again, I think the bigger threat is that this is exacerbated by the fact that most people do not have a strategy for anything, right? You know, it's kind of a joke. It's not really a joke. I talk about it a lot, but as I grow older and as I trade more and as I teach more, I really do see that it's that strategy or nothing. You know, we might as well change the name Cracking Crypto to something like Strategy Aficionados because you can just see it everywhere in life. If you have a strategy for trading, you will do better than not. If you have a strategy for your relationships, you will do better than not. Strategy for child rearing, strategy for your job, how you interact, how you wake up in the morning,
A workout routine.
workout routine. It's literally everything. If you do not have the patience and the discipline to sit down and write out what you want in life, which in itself takes courage because most people have no idea. Like sit down, think about it, and write it out. You know, tell yourself that you deserve the life that you want, write out the life that you want, and then develop a goddamn plan to get there and put the steps into action. If you don't do that, you are not, I'm not saying that your life's going to suck, but you are certainly at a disadvantage statistically to get what you want in life. So get out there, put it down on paper, guys, and make some money. And if, you know, and I think it's okay given where we're at in life. If you guys want to write down, you know, buy random shit coins on Uniswap every day, do it till it breaks, man. Do it till it breaks.
You miss all the shots you don't take.
Amen. Amen. All right, let's get out of here, guys. Unless there's any more questions. I see, you know, I don't want to see too much. Tenacious V says that's why I converted my property grass into 500 pounds of potatoes. See, that's thinking with your head, man. You know, when I went to college, what I went to college for, what I was formerly educated in, is sustainable development, entrepreneurial and diversified agriculture. So, you know, the house of my dreams, which I'm not there yet, but I have the plan. I'm working toward it. It's gonna be good, man. I think. Yeah, this may seem corny, and you guys may underappreciate it, but I really do think I really do believe it. So I'm gonna tell you, you guys need to be growing your own food. If you guys don't know how to garden, if you guys don't know how to produce for yourself, and if you just depend on the supply chain, that's not a good strategy. That's not a good strategy because I see it right here. I see everybody devastated, and and people that are. It's not like we're dying or anything. This is Iowa. We're in the United States. You know,
We'll
people are
make it.
right, there's services. You know, you can drive. There's gasoline, but still, there's less food. There are less utilities. There are less services available. There's less to purchase, and
Everyone's
those.
power's out, so it's ruining all their food in their fridge as it is.
Yep, yep. So yeah, the end of it, and I can see it. Like the people who are gardening, like me and my neighbor. One of my neighbors, he grows a big garden. I got a garden. You know, we just go around and we're giving baskets of vegetables to people. We have too much. You want to be one of those people. You want to be one of those people with excess when most people have less. The only way to do that is to be a little self-sufficient. So
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Societal collapse is imminent. You gotta learn how to can, how to jar, how to pickle, grow your potatoes, and for God's sake, stack those sats. And yeah, you might even need some of those yams. You know, I think they might be convertible directly 1-to-1 for real yams one day. So
yeah, or sweet potatoes. You know, same thing.
Yam
sweet-
2.0.
Yeah, that's what I hear. They might be doing Yam 2.0. Might be rebranding as sweet potato.
Yeah, somebody asked if I'm moving. I see Wook Chewy. Yeah, so I am moving. I have purchased a new house. I'll be moving over there through uh, I'll be moving in there probably toward the end of the year because there's some repairs and some upgrades that I want to make to the place. And then the next time I'll move will probably be in about 5 years when I get out to the farm. But when but yeah, we got devastated by a what do you call that again, Alex? A derecho?
Derico.
It's I listened to it on the news. It's actually a Spanish twist. It's derecho.
No, you gotta say it like derecho.
Derecho. With the wind, El Nino, derecho. But yeah, we got messed up.
In the UK, they call it Dark Rico.
A lot of people won't get that, but I did.
Dark Rico.
All right. Quick question for Justin. Are you still going to be doing a Breaking Bitcoin Market Update pre-recorded edition for tonight or something? Just curious.
Yeah. There's some things I want to talk about. Just give you guys an update and work on the new format. Maybe just an opportunity to move the furniture around and let you guys see different aspects of the office. So, I will be putting that out probably closer to the evening. There's some things that I want to get done throughout the day, and then I'll be posting that up. Got to put the trades out and do the rest of my analysis. I got a mentoring session as well. So, yeah, look forward for that to come out. If worst case scenario, if the editing, if it's too late to get the editing done, then we'll put it up tomorrow. But yeah, I'll have the footage done. So,
All right, cool. So look forward to Justin's pre-recorded update. So again, for anybody just kind of tuning in late or missed the intro of the show, yeah, Justin is still kind of running on emergency power. We haven't fully rebooted the power grid to the Jurassic Park yet, so we're sending somebody out to do that right now.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, so once we once we get Justin back online with his utilities fully hooked up, yes, Breaking Bitcoin will resume its normal, show style. So in the meantime, we're kind of holding everybody over with the Justin calling in, and when he gets a chance, he's going to pre-record, of course, a kind of pre-recorded Breaking Bitcoin rather than a live edition. So that much is done. Let's see here. We're going about 2 hours. I don't know if you guys still want me to cover a bit of the news, or maybe we'll leave that for later. Any thoughts?
That's I
Yeah.
suppose that
Shitcoins.
maybe we could, what might be cool, what we could do is maybe Jack, you and I could get together and do something either like a live or a pre-record and break down the news for like a Saturday edition or a weekend edition.
All right, cool. Works for me. Indeed, I was thinking of maybe doing a weekend update as well for the crowd. So we'll see, because I don't want to leave people hanging all weekend. We're gonna
let
probably
us know. Yeah, let us know in the comments, guys, if that's something you guys might like doing a weekend update style type thing, or
Totally.
Well, I do recall that for almost a year and a half, I did Saturday and Sunday shows too, and they all showed up.
Yep. No, definitely have to come up with something. And we're probably going to do a movie night on Saturday. If there's UFC, we'll watch UFC afterwards. In the meantime, I'm just going to do one little update to something we talked about midstream, and that has to do with the YAM protocol, right? So as I alluded to earlier, indeed the saga continues with the failed YAM protocol, and they are actually they found a way to migrate the existing contracts in the broken YAM protocol over to their YAM v2. So this kind of explains what we were scratching our heads about. How is it that this coin is still
Why it
alive and
looks
not
like
at
it's-
zero
yeah.
and bouncing back? Apparently the coins may very well live on in YAM v2. So I guess the first batch of sweet potatoes was spoiled. This next one hopefully will be deployed a little more successfully. So just in case people were wondering why is it that YAM is coming back and still alive and kicking, well, looks like the tokens will be transferable to the new one. So I hope that sums it up. But you know what? Justin's right. We'll probably cover the news more extensively in that pre-recorded segment potentially. So stay tuned for that. But I guess we ought to kind of wrap it up now. What do you guys think? Any final words?
Over the weekend, I think watch for the daily close here because Bitcoin does look bullish.
Yeah, I agree. If we can close the week above 12K, that's the bullish case for Bitcoin. And then if we close the week below 12K, that means we'll probably get a pullback, I would imagine.
Yep.
All right, Ethereum to the
Yeah,
moon this weekend.
I would assume I see the altcoins moving up pretty rapidly. Reserve rights up almost 30%. SNX, QNT, Waves, Rune, NXM. So DeFi still moving up. The only thing that's really pulling back are things that have moved massively this week. I don't see the signs of the end, guys. I'm vigilant for it. I'm watching. Comes any minute. It comes like a thief in the night. But
Signs of the beginning.
as Jason once said, it's bullish, baby.
It's bullish, baby.
It's a bull market. It's a bull market.
So get out there, man. Get out there.
Get your shorts off. Put your longs on.
All right, I guess that wraps it up for today's Breaking Bitcoin. Glad everybody could
Bet.
join us. Thanks for Justin for making
Have
it
a great weekend, everyone.
Cheers, guys. Catch us in the Discord. You know what it is. Stack
Yep.
those sats. Yep.
Regular things. If you guys like the content, make sure to take a moment, hit the subscribe button on the channel. Most of you guys already have, but if you haven't turned on notifications, that helps out because we have this issue where YouTube doesn't like to tell you that we're doing things when we do things. Hit the like button. It helps more than you know, and the Discord link is in the description. Best place to be if you guys want to help us grow and continue to grow as we move through this bull market.
Help yourself grow.
We only have 26 likes. This is abysmal, guys. Come on. You like us more than that, right?
There are 26 people who like this enough to click a button. Warms the cockles of my heart. You guys
That's
rock.
big in 2020. Take what I can get.
Indeed.
All right, guys. Roll that beautiful bean footage, Jack.
That's
Later,
it.
guys.
We're out of here.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks,
Catch us
everyone.
in the Discord. Later.